Uyghurs are among the world's most ancient Turkic peoples. They speak a Turkic language that most closely resembles Uzbek and is also similar to Tatar, Kazakh and Kyrgyz. According to Chinese government statistics, about 11 million Uyghurs live in what is now the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, which is known for its forbidding desert as well as its alpine beauty. Xinjiang makes up 1/6 of China's total landmass. It's rich in natural resources including gold, oil, natural gas and uranium. Uyghurs and their ancestors have lived in Central Asia for around 2,000 years. They have established kingdoms, city-states and even empires rivaling China's Tang dynasty. Vibrant trade and cultural exchanges along the Silk Road have brought a cosmopolitan character to the Uyghur homeland going back centuries. Over the past 2 millennia, Uyghurs have believed in Tengrism, shamanism, Manichaeism, Nestorian Christianity and Buddhism. Today, most Uyghurs are Muslims. Uyghurs have declared independence twice in the past century, first in 1933 and again in 1944, and established the independent Eastern Turkistan Republic. Communist China gained control of the region in 1949 with the military support of the Soviet Union. In 1955, China renamed it the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Xinjiang means new territory in Chinese. Many Uyghurs today resent China's efforts to prohibit Uyghur language instruction in schools and restrict the practice of Islam. They also bristle at restrictions on travel, including frequent ID checks and body searches. In July 2009, violent ethnic rioting erupted in Xinjiang's capital, Urumqi, that left hundreds dead. The ruling Chinese Communist Party blames Uyghurs for the rioting and a string of violent attacks and clashes in the years since. Critics say Beijing's repressive policies towards Uyghurs are the root cause of violence in the Uyghur region.
China's far western Xinjiang region is one of the most tightly controlled areas in the entire country. It is officially called the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region because 45% of its population are Uyghurs, a Muslim minority who identify themselves as culturally and ethnically close to the people of Central Asia. China's ruling Communist Party has governed all of Xinjiang since 1949. And in the decades since, activists say the government has introduced policies that have gradually eroded the Uyghurs' religious, commercial and cultural activities. Uyghurs remain the dominant ethnicity in Xinjiang, but a large influx of Han Chinese, the country's largest ethnicity, has made Uyghurs the minority in major cities like Urumqi. While Beijing has invested heavily into industry and energy projects, touting them as signs of progress, many Uyghurs say the Han Chinese are taking most of the jobs that are created. That has led to resentment and frustration that has broken out in violence more than once. In one of the worst incidents, nearly 200 people were killed in Urumqi in the summer of 2009. Dozens of others have been killed in bursts of violence in other parts of Xinjiang since. China blames Xinjiang separatists based outside the country for the unrest. It singled out exiled Uyghur leader Rebia Kadir, who has denied inciting violence. Several attacks in other parts of China have also been blamed on Xinjiang separatists that authorities allege have ties with extremist groups like Al-Qaeda. In January 2018, officials said the number of trained jihadist fighters caught trying to re-enter China from overseas rose tenfold from the year before. The Chinese government has put Xinjiang under virtual lockdown. Observers say authorities have set up more than 7,300 police monitoring stations, confiscated the passports of most Uyghurs, and some parts of the region have forbidden parents from giving their newborns Muslim names. In August 2017, all Xinjiang residents were ordered to download and install this mobile app that security experts say scans phones for digital fingerprints of illicit files and informs authorities when it finds them. Human rights groups have also presented evidence of political education camps that have been set up in Xinjiang. They say up to 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities have been sent to the camps where they are subjected to propaganda that promotes the Chinese identity. China denies an arbitrary detention policy and says the people at these vocational centers are guilty of minor offenses and are being taught skills to reintegrate them into society. The full extent of the government's crackdown in Xinjiang is unclear because access is highly restricted. But Chinese officials say all the measures they've taken are to fight extremism, ensure stability, and protect the whole country.